Hey guys, welcome to JP's Garage Show. Today we're going to be making this cool table fire for their house. It's a nice gift, looks pretty good, keeps you a little bit warm. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment with any questions that you might have, and hope you enjoy the video. Alright guys, so I'm sanding this board down and I'm going to cut it up and glue it together to make a nice big blank. So I'm using this saw because it makes a lot straighter cuts than my bandsaw, and it also looks really cool in video sped up, so that's why I did that. I know you guys were thinking that this was just my natural sawing speed, but I regret to inform you that I am not superhuman. I'm not the Flash, just a normal guy. The video's been sped up. And I just want to let you guys know that everything in this video, I've made a link to Amazon in the description, so if you need anything, go ahead and check that out. Now this part's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll talk about it anyway. So you take some glue and then you lather one side up, stick on the other block, and then do that until they're all glued together. Now the glue job is far superior when you spread it around with a stick or something. Each part of the block on both sides gets completely covered with glue, and then it sticks much stiffer than if you just glob it on without spreading it, because you're not sure if there's going to be gaps in the glue or anything like that. Now that the block is all together, we're going to grab these rubber bands and wrap them around as sort of a Hail Mary attempt at keeping the blocks from sliding around when we clamp them. The glue kind of lubed it up really nice, and they're going to want to move around, but keep them as straight as possible. That's our can of biofuel. That's how we're going to do the fire. And we're going to try to round this sucker out by cutting off the corners before we slap it on the lathe. Now here I'm drilling a hole so that I can mount it on the lathe. And here we go, you can see it screws right on. Now I'm making this little indent on the bottom so that my lathe chuck can have something to grasp onto when I turn it around and drill out the inside. Now I'm taking this Forstner bit, going to drill out the inside so that This will do most of the work. I don't have to carve all that out. I just have to make it thicker once this hole is carved out. Alright, now I'm going to start carving out the hole a little bit thicker so that we can fit the can of biofuel as well as about 1 centimeter of concrete in between the biofuel can and the wood. It's a little bit of insulation there. Alright, now I'm going to start sanding with a lower grit and then slowly move up to a higher grit so that we can get the sides of this thing as smooth as possible. Now I'm getting it all wet because this brings out the grain, and then once the grain kind of pops out after it dries, you're going to want to sand it again, and then this will make it so if it ever gets wet, that grain won't start popping out. It'll stay smooth. Alright, now I'm getting the finish prepared. On this one we're going to do bullseye shellac, and we're just going to wipe that on there. And then we're going to do a couple coats of this and then call it good. And you guys don't even have to use bullseye shellac. You can literally use whatever finish you want for this wood part. So get creative with it. Alright, we got the can of biofuel, we got the wood cup, and we got a big bucket of cement. We're going to mix up the cement with the water, get it ready to pour in the center of this wooden cup that we just made, or I just made. I just say we because it's a habit, can't kick it. So we're going to want to make sure this is nice and fluid. Right here I had to just keep on adding water because it wasn't the texture I was looking for, even though it was what the cement called for. So I just added more until it was kind of what I needed, and it dried perfectly, so it didn't even matter. Alright, so we're filling it up just enough so that when we put this can in there, it goes a little bit above. We're going to wipe off all the extra. If you get anything on the side, you can take a damp cloth and just wipe it off really smooth and clean so that there's no extra concrete hanging out on your wood. Now just let it dry. And to open it and light it up, just take a flathead screwdriver and pry off one of the lids. There's 2 different sizes, so you can get different size flames. And we are good to go. So there it is, a little tabletop campfire thing. Nice replacement for a candle or something like that. Anyways, thanks guys for watching the video. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment with any questions, share with your friends on Facebook, and have a good one.